Hello internet folks, a hearty welcome back to Marvelous Videos. Today, buckle in for a nostalgic journey through the 80s and 90s as we explore 15 of the greatest R-rated anime movies and TV series of the period. Before we begin, make sure you've subscribed and turned on notifications so that you never miss an update from this fantastic channel. Alright, let's get right into it. Ninja Scroll. In the Edo period of Japan, the Yamashiro clan secretly ships gold to the Toyotomi shogun of the Dark, who intends to use it to buy advanced weaponry and overthrow the powerful Tokugawa shogunate. The Yamashiro hire the 8 Devils of Kimon, a team of ninjas with supernatural powers, to ensure no one discovers the gold shipment. As luck would have it, a storm breaks out and grounds the ship in Mochizuki territory. To keep the secret from getting out, the Devils kill every single person in the nearby Shimoda village and the group of Mochizuki Koga ninjas who come to investigate. The sole survivor, Kagero, is rescued from the Devils by Kibagami Jubei, an ex-Yamashiro ninja. A Tokugawa spy, Dakuan, realizes the threat posed by the Devils and, seeing Kibagami valiantly fight them off, enlists his help in eliminating them. To ensure he doesn't stray from his promise, Dakuan injects him with poison, promising the antidote only after the completion of his mission. Their quest forms the plotline of the 1993 anime film Ninja Scroll, written and directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri as a tribute to the writer Futaro Yamada, who authored numerous historical books about ninjas. Although the movie was quite successful in America, it didn't fare as well in Japan. It's hard to understand why, though. The movie oozes entertainment and is a classic ninja film you'd regret passing up.
She has her uses, however. She will serve to quench men's desires for...
Wicked City. Towards the end of the 20th century, the human world secretly coexists with the Black World, a parallel dimension filled with demons with supernatural powers. The delicate peace between the two worlds is maintained by the Black Guard, which consists of demons and the only humans who know of the Black World's existence. As radicals from the Black World begin attacking humans, a Black Guard agent named Renzaburo Taki is assigned to protect Giuseppe Maillard, a 200-year-old mystic who was a signatory of the peace treaty between the worlds and is now a target for the radicals. He's partnered with Maki, a runway model and a demon blackguard. Taki and Maki develop a romance and soon realize that Maillard was actually hired for their safety, not the other way around, as they are an important part of the new peace treaty. Maki's powers increase when she becomes pregnant with Taki's child, and Maillard explains that their children will be the first half-demon, half-human beings destined to bring everlasting peace between the two worlds. This is the crux of the 1987 movie Wicked City, brought to you by the same brilliant director behind Ninja Scroll, Yoshiaki Kawajiri, in his directorial debut. Based on the 1985 novel Wicked City Blackguard by Hideyuki Kikuchi, this film offers an intriguing blend of sci-fi and fantasy. That said, you should only give it a shot if you don't mind a lot of body horror and violence. Violence Jack, Evil Town. Go Nagai's Violence Jack has often been credited with introducing the post-apocalyptic genre to manga and anime. There are around 38 volumes centered on Violence Jack, an anti-hero in a post-apocalyptic world who names himself after his weapon of choice, a jackknife. Violence Jack, Evil Town is the second original video animation in a series of 3 and is also known as Violence Jack Hell City. Released on December 21, 1988, this OVA is the most controversial part of the trilogy as it involves themes of cannibalism, necrophilia, and sexual violence. The movie is set in Evil Town, or Hell City, a portion of Tokyo that has been cut off from the mainland due to an earthquake that buried it. Hell City is divided into 3 sections, which are constantly at war due to scarce resources, and the women are harassed and assaulted by men. While digging their way out to the surface, Section A frees Violence Jack, who has been trapped since the earthquake. Jack gets embroiled in their conflicts and begins helping the women fight back against their oppressors and attackers. To find out whether Violence Jack succeeds in his mission and whether the inhabitants of Evil Town escape, watch the movie. Featuring a morally ambiguous hero and extremely disturbing violence, this movie is perfect for those who enjoy gore and believe anime shouldn't always be cute and cuddly. Devilman, The Birth. In the Cretaceous era of Japan, angels attempt to erase the demon race from God's earth, leading to a war. The conflict ends with Satan and the demons going into a 1,000-year-long hibernation. In the present day, a pure and kind-hearted teenager, Akira Furo, is approached by his friend, Ryo Asaka, whose father has been killed. His father's notes indicate that he was researching the demon race and their impending re-emergence to take over the world. Ryo asks Akira to attend Black Sabbath, a ritual that will merge him with the demon to turn him into Devilman. After Ryo convinces him that this is the only way to defeat the demons, Akira agrees. Thanks to his pure heart, he is able to overpower Amon, the demon he merges with, and begins a killing spree, slaughtering all the demons that infiltrated the Black Sabbath. Unfortunately, he discovers that one of the demons crushed his friend Ryo and knocked him unconscious during the brawl. Another creation of Go Nagai, Devilman is a highly popular manga that has seen numerous adaptations, including movies, anime, and novels. Devilman The Birth is the first part of a 2-episode OVA directed by Umanosuke Aida and is followed by Devilman Demon Bird Serene. With a tinge of mystery and a whole lot of fantasy, Devilman is a great choice for a horrifying time. We recommend watching both parts for a complete experience. Vampire Hunter D. Bloodlust. Charlotte Elborn, the daughter of a wealthy man named John, is kidnapped by a vampire nobleman, Baron Meyer Link. John hires the half-human, half-vampire D to bring her back, dead or alive, while Charlotte's brother hires the Marcus brothers for the same mission. Meyer, learning of this, enlists the help of the Barbaroi, a group of mutants, to protect him while he seeks refuge with Countess Carmilla Elizabeth Bathory, who promises to help him and Charlotte reach the City of the Night, a vampire sanctuary in space. As Dee and the Marcus brothers fight their way through the mutants to reach Charlotte, they realize that she wasn't kidnapped at all. She ran away with Meyer because she was in love with him. However, as Dee and Meyer face off, Countess Carmilla betrays them and Charlotte is bitten. Will Dee defeat the vampires? Will Charlotte survive the attack? You know how to find the answers out to these questions. Yoshiaki Kawajiri wrote, directed, and storyboarded the 2000 film Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's an adaptation of Demon Death Chase, a novel by Hideyuki Kikuchi. A surprising fact about the movie is that, unlike most anime films and series, it was initially recorded in English. With a brilliantly planned plot and lifelike characters, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is a film you'll enjoy even if you've never been into anime. Fist of the North Star. The 1986 film Fist of the North Star, directed by Toyo Ashita, is set in a post-apocalyptic world devastated by nuclear war, leaving Earth a barren wasteland. Master of the martial art Hokuto Shinken, Kenshiro is attacked by his former friend Shin, a practitioner of the rival Nanto Seiken martial arts style. Shin kidnaps Kenshiro's girlfriend, Yoria, and leaves him for dead. A year later, Kenshiro recovers and begins searching for Yoria with the help of another Nanto Seiken master, Rei, who is looking for his kidnapped sister, Aria. He is also joined by 2 kids, Lin and Bat, whom he rescued from bandits. The search is grueling and brutal as Kenshiro is forced to battle numerous enemies, including his own brother, Rao, who envies him for being the Hokuto Shinken successor. If you've been scouring the internet for a brainless action flick, your search ends here. The punches, jabs, kicks, and attacks in this film have impressed even John Cena, who has mentioned Fist of the North Star as one of his favorite anime films. While watching, keep an eye out for Vampire Hunter D, who makes a blink and you'll miss it cameo appearance. Genocyber. Genocyber, a cyber monster from the imaginary world, also called Genocyber, the beauty devil from Psychic World, is a 5-part OVA adaptation by Koichi Ohara based on the 1992 manga series of the same name by Tony Takazaki. Set in the distant future, the series follows Genocyber, a biological weapon created by a mad scientist with the backing of the Kuryu Group, a global leader in military research. Genocyber appears as a giant humanoid monster with incredible strength, as well as powers of regeneration, telekinesis, and pyrotechnics. It's powered by 2 psychic sisters, Elaine and the crippled Diane. The series explores the adventures of Genocyber and the trials and tribulations of the 2 sisters. Considered one of the goriest animes ever, Genocyber raised many eyebrows for its graphic violence. Although the violence may seem excessive, the anime offers a fascinating experience. The first watch might be confusing due to the convoluted plot, but stick with it, and you may find yourself adding it to your top 10 list. If you don't trust us, trust comic book resources, which included Genocyber in its list of great 90s sci-fi anime that have been forgotten.
Until I see it, I won't die!
Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend. It might seem like humans are alone in the vastness of space, but that isn't so. There are many unseen alternate realms operating alongside our own. One is the realm of demons, known as the Machi, while the other is the realm of man-beasts, or the Jujinshi. According to a 3,000-year-old prophecy, an overfiend will soon emerge, shattering the barriers between the realms with his unlimited power and uniting them into a land of eternity. Gyaku Amano, a man-beast, sets out to search for the overfiend whose power is coveted by all three realms. He's accompanied by his sister, Megumi, a nymphomaniac, and his companion, Kuroko. Their search leads them to Tatsuo Nagumo, a shy but lecherous high school student. Nagumo is already facing his own troubles when he learns of the overfiend, as his girlfriend, a cheerleader named Akemi Ito, becomes the victim of a demonic assault. Now that we've set the stage, start binging Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend to find out what happens next. An adaptation of Toshio Meida's erotic manga of the same name, Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend can easily be classified as hentai. Urotsukidoji means wandering child and refers to the wandering man-beasts. Though the premise is intriguing, the excessive focus on sex and violence makes it a somewhat tedious watch. However, if you're curious about legitimate Japanese hentai, this is a good place to start. Goku Midnight Eye. Goku Midnight Eye is a miniseries with only 2 episodes that follows the adventures of the titular character, Goku Furinji, a former cop turned private detective. In the very first episode, Goku investigates a string of suspicious suicides, and we also discover how he gains his unique assets, a bionic eye implant and a mechanical staff that can extend to any length he desires. According to the mysterious benefactors who implanted the eye, it is capable of controlling any computer system on Earth. In the second episode, a woman hires Goku to stop her brother, a super soldier on a rampage, seeking revenge for the experiments conducted on him. Another awesome hit by director Yoshiaki Kawajiri, Goku Midnight Eye draws inspiration from the manga series of the same name by Buichi Terasawa. A highly underrated miniseries, Goku Midnight Eye has a dark atmosphere and a fast-paced plot that'll leave you wishing for more episodes. Demon City Shinjuku. Genichiro tries to stop his former friend, Rebira, who has allowed himself to be possessed in a bid to take over the world. Their battle results in Genichiro's death and the destruction of Shinjuku, turning it into a demon-infested wasteland. 10 years later, Rebira attacks the president of the World Federation with a curse that will kill him in 3 days and offers him up as a ritual sacrifice to unleash the demon realm on Earth. The president's daughter, Sayaka Rama, learns about Genichiro's son, Kiyoya Izuyoi, who has inherited his father's powers, and pleads with him to help save her father. Though reluctant at first, Kiyoya eventually agrees and takes the fate of the world into his hands. Also called Monster City and Hell City Shinjuku, this 1988 OVA is an adaptation of Hideyuki Kikuchi's novel of the same name. Although directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri, it lacks the gory violence seen in his other films. If you go in expecting the intense action sequences of Wicked City or Vampire Hunter D, you might be disappointed. However, the movie is still fast-paced and engaging, making for an entertaining watch. Kite. Sawa is just in her early teens when both of her parents are killed, leaving her in the custody of detectives Akai and Kani. Akai begins a sexual relationship with her as soon as she is placed under his care and, along with Kani, trains her to become an assassin who kills at their command. After meeting Obori, another teenage assassin working under Akai and Kani, Sawa feels empowered enough to escape from her guardians. However, they retaliate by torturing both of them. Obori reveals to Sawa that Akai and Kani were the ones who murdered her parents. Sawa admits that she had known this all along, and together they kill the abusive detectives. Before they can reunite, Obori is shot by another child assassin. The movie ends ambiguously, showing Sawa waiting for her friend before turning upon hearing footsteps. Whose footsteps were they? Did Sawa escape? Is this just like the Sopranos finale? That's for you to decide. Kite is a 1998 OVA written and directed by Yasuomi Umetsu. One prominent fan of this film is none other than legendary director Quentin Tarantino, who had Chiaki Kuriyama watch it in preparation for her role as Gogo Yubari in Kill Bill. While the film has its flaws, especially glaring plot holes, its melancholic scoring makes it worth a watch. Mad Bull 34. Newly graduated cop Daizaburo Eddie Ban barely has time to celebrate before being assigned to the 34th Precinct, an infamous district with the highest crime rate in Manhattan. His partner is John Estes, an Afro-Puerto Rican cop whose friends call him Sleepy. However, criminals on the streets know him by a more fitting name, Mad Bull, due to his violent tendencies. John is far from the kind of cop Eddie appears to be. He's trigger-happy, doesn't hesitate to kill petty criminals, steals from prostitutes, and leaves a trail of destruction in the name of justice. Eddie hates being his partner. However, as time goes on, he begins to realize that, despite his reckless methods, John has good intentions. Together, they start building a solid reputation in the precinct, and Police Lieutenant Perrine Valley assigns them to major cases, including those involving the Mafia. To follow their adventures, check out Mad Bull 34, a 4-episode OVA directed by Satoshi Dezaki. Based on the 37-volume manga illustrated by Noriyoshi Inoue and written by Kazuo Koike, this series is a great pick if you're looking for something violent, funny, and devoid of deeper meaning. Angel Cop. Towards the end of the 20th century, Japan is thriving with the strongest economy in the world. A communist radical group, Red May, is trying to bring down Japan's economy and take control of the government. To safeguard themselves, a new state agency named the Special Security Force is formed and given special permission to act outside the law. One of the members of this force is the eponymous Angel Cop. As the force begins to track down Red May, they discover someone else already hunting them down. It turns out to be a trio of psychics. Who are they, and what new trouble do they bring to the force? What skin do they have in the game? Turn on Ichiro Itano's Angel Cop to answer these questions. Angel Cop was heavily censored in the USA due to its anti-Semitic and anti-American sentiments. Red May derives a lot from the Japanese terrorist organization the Red Army, who were active in the 1960s. The plot of Angel Cop is totally unbelievable at times, but if you want to turn off your brain for a kick-ass action flick, choose Angel Cop for your next binge. Apocalypse Zero. If you like sci-fi, dystopia, and pre-apocalyptic worlds, your go-to anime should be Apocalypse Zero. In Tokyo, monsters have begun to roam the streets and terrorize the citizens. Oboro trains his son, Kakugo and Harada to slay these monsters and make the streets of Tokyo monster-free. He arms them with fortified armor shells, a special kind of armor made from the cyborg exoskeletons of dead warriors. The creator of this special armor was Shiro Hagakure, their grandfather, who used to be a scientist during World War II and had served the Imperial Japanese Army. Unfortunately, Harada is possessed by something so evil his body begins to mutate and he becomes hell-bent on destroying humankind to cleanse the planet. He moves into a castle and takes over command of a demon army. It's up to Kakugo to defeat his evil brother and restore peace. Apocalypse Zero was the brainchild of Takayuki Yamaguchi and was adopted into an OVA of 2 episodes by Toshiki Hirano. Although the original number of episodes was 10, it was stopped after 2 for unknown reasons. The animation is quite bad, even for the 90s, but it's watchable with a group of friends who can make fun of all the nonsensical decisions taken in the series, both by the characters and the people behind the OVA. Cyber City Oedo 808. Homen is the practice of employing hardened criminals as police officers themselves. It used to be a prevalent practice in feudal Japan. In the year 2808, to keep up with the increasing computerized crimes, the Japanese city of Oedo decides to utilize Homen once more and hires inmates with a history of crimes like high-tech offenses and murder. 3 of the convicts who are offered this opportunity are Gogol, Benten, and Sengoku, who are serving sentences of 300 years or more. They are promised a deduction in their sentences in exchange for duty served, and as they are all already bored out of their minds due to the monotonous lives in jail, they readily agree. The trio serve under Police Chief Juso Hasegawa, who has the remote control for the explosive collars the inmates are forced to wear. Any sign of disobedience, and Hasegawa can remotely blow their brains off. Armed with the traditional weaponry of the ancient Edo period, the Jite, they set out to complete their missions in the stipulated time. Will they complete their missions and earn their time off without losing their heads along the way? Find out by watching Cyber City Oedo 808. We really saved the best for last, as this OVA has a cult following. All 3 episodes showcase the best animation of the 90s, and the only criticism we can think of giving this series is that 3 episodes is way too short. A fantastic cyberpunk series that holds your attention till the very end, this anime should be at the top of your list. Marvelous verdict! We hope we've given you enough anime content to satisfy your next anime binge. Which among these 15 recommendations is your favorite? Which one are you the most excited to watch? Let us know in the comments. We'll see you down there, and until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.